Welcome to LearnDutch.org's typical Dutch vocabulary. Today we talk about oud en nieuw, which literally means old and new, but we also say it when we talk about New Year's Eve and New Year's Day. In this video, all the words you need to know if you plan to celebrate it with the Dutch. To the 31st of December, we say oudjaar or oudejaarsdag. The evening is called oudejaarsavond. The 1st of January we call nieuwjaar or nieuwjaarsdag. So an abbreviation of oudejaarsdag and nieuwjaarsdag is oud en nieuw. And what is the typical Dutch way of celebrating this holiday? The first thing a Dutchman thinks about is oliebollen. An oliebol is a kind of donut, a fried pastry usually filled with raisins. And you sprinkle it with powdered sugar, in Dutch called poedersuiker. Oliebollen is what we eat at oudejaarsavond. And most typically, we do that while watching the oudejaarsconference. Attention, in this context, we pronounce conference the French way. If we talk about meetings, we sometimes use the English word conference, and then pronounce it the English way. The oudejaarsconference is a monologue held by a comedian, in Dutch cabaretier, also pronounced the French way. And he makes fun about the news of the year. And when it is 12 o'clock, everyone shakes hands and kisses each other while saying gelukkig nieuwjaar or de beste wensen, of course with a glass of champagne in the hand. Many people go then outside for the next traditional activity to set off fireworks, vuurwerk afsteken. In Holland, this is the only moment of the year when it is allowed. In some parts of the Netherlands, the alternative carbidschieten is more popular. People do carbide, a chemical, in a milk churn, in Dutch melkbus, and let it explode. The next day, nieuwjaarsdag, starts for the enthusiast part of the population with a nieuwjaarsduik. Duiken is diving. You run into the cold sea with an orange woolen hat, and usually for just a few seconds, and then quickly get out of the water. But the majority of the population is warm at home with the family, and very likely they watch the Vienna New Year concert, het nieuwjaarsconcert. For most Dutch, the only time in the year they listen to classical music. And after the concert, on TV is broadcasted schansspringen, ski jumping. And that's for sure the only time in the year, because we never ever achieved anything in the sport except that we watch it on New Year. What is a tradition in Belgium and not in the Netherlands is the so-called nieuwjaarsbrief. The New Year's letter is a letter that baptized children read for their godfather and godmother. And after that they get a present. New Year is the moment that you make promises to improve your behavior and make plans to develop yourself. In Dutch we call this goede voornemens, New Year's resolutions. Wat is jouw goede voornemen? Is it to improve your Dutch? And if you start making plans to do so, Well, perhaps this is a good moment to think about our Dutch summer courses. You can read it all on our website. Gelukkig nieuwjaar en mijn beste wensen voor het komende jaar. For weekly videos to learn Dutch, subscribe to our YouTube channel. See you there.